Hey guys, Drew Spark Adventures here. I just wanted to go over something that's kind of a misconception when it comes to gig work in general. This is going to be showing you guys kind of like what my actual net total will be versus what I'm actually making on the $80,000 challenge. I think I will do this maybe as a weekly upload. I won't do it as a daily one. It'll just be a little reminder. I'm also going to leave this down in the description below as a link so you guys can click on it and see it whenever you guys want to. But let's get into this Google spreadsheet that I've made for you guys so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, guys, so this is the spreadsheet I've been working off of. You've seen these three tabs, but these three you have not seen because I just made them today with the green and the red. We will go over these in a second, but I did just want to go over the ones you've seen before just as a little refresher. And for those who are new, of course. So we got the $80,000 challenge. Here's the money we still need, what our current total is, of course, what the goal is. This is what the percentage is based off of this divided by this, and then how many days we have left. We also have the daily chart, which you guys can't change because Google Sheets, even though I'm going to have it in viewer only mode, you guys can't change this for some reason. So whatever day was my last video, I'll probably have up so you guys can see it. Now, if you want to take and copy and get a copy of my Google Sheets spreadsheet, you can do it that way, and then you can click on this and change the dates that you want to and see what my numbers were. But unfortunately, just with the link I'm going to have down in the description, you're not going to be able to see that. So, of course, we have the overall stats. This is how many hours I've worked so far during the challenge, how many miles I've driven during the challenge, what my hourly rate and the per mile is. And this is, of course, our on pace of what, if I keep going at the rate I'm going, this is what I will make at the end of this challenge. So, all right, next up, these are the new ones I have made. Now, this is where the misconception comes in. Now, when I make $80,000, or, I'm going to hope I make $80,000, I will not be able to keep all of that money. Got to keep in taxes, wear and tear on the car. You guys will have known this from other videos on my channel. Of course, I did just make a video about 10 things you should consider. I'll put that up here if you guys want to watch it in the little card section. But you got to keep in mind, so here is what our income total is. You can less that by the 67 cents per mile deduction. So, of course, we have 1,576.8 miles, which gives us about 1,056.46 in deduction. So, our taxable income is $2,176.91. Now, when it comes to taxes, they say anywhere from 20 to 30% is the number you should do for gig work. Personally, I've only done 1 year of almost full gig work. This will be the first year where I actually do a full year of gig work. I just personally do 25% of my taxable income. If I have to pay a little extra at the end, it is what it is, but I'd rather be somewhere in the middle instead of being too much or too little. When you're doing this job, I don't know, if you want to either owe at the end, you can do that. Or if you want to get a refund and you want to do extra during your taxes, you're more than welcome to do that too. But gotta keep in mind, you got to do the taxes. Also, just keep in mind if you're doing this full time, or I think, what's the number? I don't remember exactly what the number is. But honestly, if you're gonna do this full time, you're gonna have to make quarterly payments. So you gotta keep that in mind to find out when the quarterly estimated payments are. I guess you don't technically have to, but you'll end up doing a late penalty depending on how much money you make. I know that when I did mine and I had made 30,000 1 year of being really lazy the first time where I almost did it a full year. I think my late fee was $100 and I just paid it. But this, I'll still end up paying a late fee because I didn't do quarter one, but I did sign up with the IRS to get estimated quarterly payments. So I did second and third, and of course we're gonna have fourth quarter here coming up very shortly. So, all right, so I have an estimated net total and an actual net total. So let's go over both of them just to show you what's going on here. So of course we got the plus income minus fuel minus estimated maintenance minus taxes equals our net income. And then of course the other one is just actual maintenance. So the difference is here is the estimated and the actual maintenance. So the estimated maintenance is based off of I think it's you do anywhere from 10 to 30 cents per mile is estimated repairs on wear and tear in your car over the span of your car, and that's oil changes, tires, brakes, whatever that isn't fuel related. So I do have this on here just because I think it makes sense to put it in here. However, I will also show you guys an actual net total of what my actual maintenance is on my car through this challenge as well, in case you guys wanted to look at that. So keep in mind, like I said, you'll have minus fuel, minus actual maintenance, minus taxes, of course, and then this will bring you to what I take home at the end of it. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at that. You got to minus these things. I think this will help a lot of people, not feel like they think I'm going to take 80,000. I know most of you do that even aren't a gig worker. A lot of people, it's generally common knowledge in the gig work world that you're going to have taxes, you're going to have fuel. I do think maintenance is kind of in the back of people's head, but sometimes it kind of gets overlooked because once again, you have the estimated and the actual, because like you do estimate it and it's roughly correct, but at the same time, like if you're keeping it on it, I don't know if these actually like end up, because this will be my first year doing it fully, of like kind of looking at these numbers. So at the end of the year, we can actually see like kind of what I did to my car. So we'll have to see and keep that in mind. But I'll go over these quick tabs just real quick. Income's pretty obvious. These are, by the way, this design is really basic and it's not fully fledged out yet. So just keep this in mind that it might change over the time. But here I got through day 168. I will like create more down here eventually. But for now, income, very obvious. Hours, how many hours I've worked, also very obvious. Mileage, of course, got that there. So tax per day. Now remember, it is your income minus your mileage times the 67 cents, right? And then I'm doing 25%. You can do 20 if you want. You can do 30. You can do more or less, but just keep in mind that if you do less, even if you do quarterly payments, you're probably going to get a late penalty because you are supposed to basically try to owe nothing at the end of the year, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's like whatever you made last year, you can either pay like in 100% or something, or you can base like your quarterly payments off of like 120% or something like that off of your last year's taxes of like the gig work of how you do that. But I just do 25%, so that's where we get the tax per day numbers here. So fuel expense, pretty obvious. Obviously, you're gonna have probably a lot of days where there's zeros in this column, but this will just be what you get in fuel expense. Now, actual maintenance, once again, this is just oil changes, tires, brakes. So this is probably going to be a lot of zeros until I do an oil change or rotate my tires, brakes, whatever. This thing will probably be a lot of zeros if you guys come into it. But of course, we got estimated maintenance. I chose to do 20 cents. Like I said, I saw in Google when I searched it up, it said anywhere from 10 to 30. Now, I'm assuming it's based off of kind of like what state you're located in. So if you're in a more like expensive state, I'd probably do 30% or 30 cents, per mile. But if you're in like a really cheap state, maybe I do 10. I know that Minnesota is pretty cheap when it comes to all this stuff, but I was like, you know what, I'll just do middle and see what happens. So this is kind of where we get the maintenance. It's off of the mileage, and then you're timesing it by 20 cents essentially. So that is basically it. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to like clear the whole like misconception when it comes to making 80,000. You're not gonna make 80,000 at the end of the day. It's just not gonna happen. But like if you do it right, you should probably be able to keep, net, I would assume, roughly anywhere from 70% of that income. Let's see what we got here. This number divided by that number. So based off of this, you're keeping about 74% of your cash. So I'd say anywhere from 65 to 75% of your net at the end of the day. Obviously, you have bills and stuff, so who knows what you're gonna have like actually end, but that's all based off of what you need to survive and stuff like that. So, like I said, I'll leave this down in the description below. Check out other things on my channel. I got a Walmart how-to video. It's pretty outdated, but I do plan on making another one by the end of the year of 2024. Of course, I just put out the 10 things you should consider before deciding to do gig work as a full-time. Definitely check that out. I'll probably put it also up in the card here as well. I hope this really helped you guys kind of understand and look at it before you think about it, do it, and then realize you're actually losing money. I would not be doing this challenge if I didn't think I was going to be profitable. It just doesn't make sense to do it if I can't be profitable. Of course, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. I did tell you guys though, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, even though it is going to be like pennies on the dollar, getting YouTube money, I will not be including the YouTube money when it comes to this $80,000 challenge. It will be gig work strictly. So, other than that, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Stay safe, stay hungry. Until I see you guys again, see you later.